What's up, everyone? Hope you're all doing well today. Unofficial Star Wars here, and today we have the full breakdown and things you missed in the newest episode of The Mandalorian, Season 2, Episode 2, titled The Passenger. Let's get right into it. First things first, this video does contain spoilers for The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 2, so there's your warning. I also want to mention I'll have my own personal review towards the end of the episode and at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. Also, there's a good majority of you that aren't subscribed to our channel, so go hit that subscribe button and turn the bell so you don't miss any of our videos. It's free, you can always unsubscribe if you wanna. Now into the video. First things off the bat, we left off where Mando was last in the previous episode, riding his speeder bike back to the station through the desert. When they were ambushed, this was interesting, and an interesting scene with Mando and the child, I felt like. And it was a scene that we haven't feel like I've seen with Mando and the child before. He was very caring and very careful of the child with making sure he was fine, and you could really see the sacrifices that he would make for the child. Also, I want to take a moment to appreciate that Mando didn't just shoot the guy when he gave him the jetpack, but he actually did something interesting with it and shooting him up in the air with it. That was pretty cool. I feel like we also, at the beginning, see more emotion and character with the child as well, with him actually doing things and throughout the episodes, which is super cool and interesting to see him grow and develop as an actual character. Like, he's actually doing things instead of just looking cute. Of course, more towards the last couple of episodes of Season 1, we were beginning to see more of his character and him actually interact and have feelings instead of just looking cute and cooing. So that's just a little subtle thing I've noticed with this episode. And on the topic of the child, I also want to say his soundtrack for this episode was absolutely fire, and I loved it. When Mando reaches Mos Eisley, I saw a bit of a parallel to The Force Awakens, with him standing outside the city, as we saw Finn do in The Force Awakens on Jakku. Also, I want to point out to the fact that we have no idea if Boba, as we saw in the last episode at the end, was actually following Mando back to Mos Eisley and even off of the planet. A lot of people, including myself, were a little disappointed with not seeing Boba in this episode, but looking at it from a different perspective, I see that all of this is just building suspense towards later on in the season. So my guess is that we'll see Boba following Mando later on. On that note, a lot of people as well saw this episode as a filler episode, including myself. But when you look at it, Mando is still following his main goal and quest with finding other Mandalorians. In the bar of Mos Eisley, we can see a white furry creature we've seen before in Rogue One called Moroth. So an interesting little detail. As well as a lot of the creatures that we've seen throughout this show aren't computer generated and are actual costumes and puppets and like actual things. And it's all so awesome to see all the amount of effort and energy put into the show. Then before crashing on the ice planet and making a run from the X-Wing pilots, one of them, of course, being the one and only Dave Filoni himself, who directed the Clone Wars, Rebels, and many episodes of The Mandalorian, is a great detail and cameo. After crashing on the ice planet, we for sure get to see Mando get a little lazy here with his job and calling off the deal even with the Frog Lady. I didn't see him as being lazy though, but more from just wanting to have a normal life and have a happy life and be with a child, and he was tired of always being on the run. We could see that he just wants to be a father and a dad, or even have like a family. The spiders that we see that they are on the run from on this planet can be seen in Star Wars Rebels, and they are called the Kai Rana. It's a little hard to pronounce. This is a nice little callback, and I feel like it's bringing animated creatures to live action, as we've seen in Star Wars Rebels, as we saw the Lothcat in Season 1 there. So it's a cool little thing. So, in my own personal opinion, I'd rate this episode a solid 10 out of 10, as it had a great soundtrack, especially for the child, and a good amount of action. I cannot wait for the next episode, so go subscribe and stay tuned for that on our breakdown on the next episode, and the next episode, and the next episode. Go comment down below right now on things that you liked about this episode, or something you even noticed that we might have missed in our video. Leave a like if you enjoyed today's videos, it really helps out the channel, and go subscribe if you're new here. Go check out our Instagram, Unofficial Star Wars, link in the description, and of course, may the Force be with you. Peace out.